Hey, I'm Ryland. Welcome to my Draw My Life. Basically, we're going to start by going back to my hometown of Calmar, Alberta. Well, I was born in the city next to it, which is known as Leduc, but I was born there on April 22nd, 2001, and I grew up in Calmar. As a baby, my life was okay, I grew up relatively alright, Every other little girl who grew up in a hick town kind of went back to Leduc after I turned 10, and after I moved back to Leduc, I started realizing I wasn't like every other girl that was around my age. I couldn't figure out what it was. I was different. And I started up junior high at Leduc Junior High School, and then I shaved part of my head, I got piercings, I even wore a collar and a wolf tail to school. I went from having 3 best friends to having 1 best friend. And then me and my mom, we consistently always argued. It was constant. It was always just nonstop. And it caused me to develop different things within my brain, like depression, and my anxiety got worse as well. I developed body dysmorphia disorder. I developed all these things, etc. And I just couldn't figure out how to fix it. But then I turned 14. I found alcohol, and I found weed, and eventually I found cocaine, and I started doing that as well as Molly pills with my friends. And then if we would fast forward to the age of 16 years old-ish, I kind of started getting involved in a lot of stuff that I shouldn't have. So there's some adult content warning that's going to happen on this video right here. And basically, 16 is when my friends, they just started dying. They started dying. When I was 14, I discovered that I was transgender. Catch up with the times here, bud. Yeah, see, so I wasn't like every other girl, you know what I mean? There's all these girls, there's me. There's all these girls, there's me. I wasn't quite happy fitting that female form, so I painted myself blue, like metaphorically speaking. I was a boy. Everything was great. I even said to myself, I said to my family, I am a boy. And it got me messed up in my head. I was overwhelmed, and that's when I started doing crystal meth, and I started doing heroin, and I was doing Molly, and I was doing needles, and I was doing crack, cigarettes. I was reckless, to say the least. And August 24th, 2017, my world changed forever. It felt like the other half of me on that day just faded away. It was because my best friend passed away on that day. She died of a heroin overdose. Tiffany Marie Blake. All this stuff wasn't sitting right with me. My friends kept dying. Trey, Ty, Christian, Dylan, Tiffany, Shay, Lynn, Jaden. Everybody kept dying. Anyways, so my parents would always be arguing when I was a kid and stuff, and so that kind of put the image in my head that, negative energy was the way to put stuff in your life, and that negative energy was the way to see things, and it got me all screwed up in my head again, and I was sad. I was sad because I didn't know what to do with my feelings, and that's when I started turning to the pipe. Well, I decided no more, I can't turn to the pipe anymore. My parents' goal was to steer me away from drugs. But, that wasn't really much help, because they were using chemicals too, and that's the unfortunate part. And then I started doing these drugs. I'd come home fucked up, and my mom would get all mad at me. She'd get mad, say, get out. There was the one time she said, get out, you're kicked out. And I said, oh shit. That led to 4 or 5 months of homelessness, and escorting became my only guaranteed source of income at that point. because it was the easiest thing I could do as an underage person that wasn't requiring a resume to hand in. I would sell myself to older men, and this was also around the time that I first overdosed on heroin. After being homeless for about that amount of time or whatever, I moved to North Edmonton. I moved to a place called Tower Road Group Home. And there I lived with 3 people, Emily, Josh, and Shakira. And me and Shakira, we were like 2 peas in a pod, We'd always ride the LRT down by Edmonton Transit at night and stuff like that. And Tower Road eventually led to me moving back to Leduc. Surprise, surprise, here we are again. But I went back to my Catholic school after I got kicked out of the comp again. So that was Leduc Public School. I got kicked out, and I've had a way better experience back in my Catholic school than anywhere else. As for Art 20, this is what this project's for. Hi, Miss Curry. I hope you're seeing this, and a smile's on your big face. On December 8th, I think it was, 2019. I mistype it here. I miswrite it here, so I said I met Becky Woolley. I didn't meet her, though. That's when her and I started dating. There we go, big guy. Look at you go. Big brain. But we met in September of 2019 in a grade 10 drama class. And she's been my motivation. My want to be a better person. Be a better version of who I am. And I couldn't have asked for somebody to share life with other than her. Love you, babe. And I'm hoping you're seeing this too. And well, I guess this is honestly where this crappy video, I say, that's all, folks. I hope you enjoyed how awkward I am, and yeah, have a good night, everybody.